The Denver Broncos are on the brink of mandatory OTAs, and that means one thing. We're finally about to get real 11 on 11 action. It's not just another offseason update, this is when the intensity kicks up a notch. Position battles are about to erupt, and dreams will be made, or crushed. The truth? This time of year is brutal. The Broncos' front office, led by Sean Payton and George Paton, has assembled serious talent across the board. But the reality of the NFL is unforgiving. Not everyone can stay. There are hidden gems on this roster who will get cut. Players with real potential who just won't fit into the final 53. And when they're gone, other teams will be waiting to scoop them up. In this breakdown, we'll dive deep into each position. How many players are likely to make it through? Which roster battles you need to watch at OTAs and training camp, and the moves that could shake everything up before week 1. Let's get into it. Quarterback. Last year, the Broncos carried 3 quarterbacks into the season, a bit much. But back then, the starter was a question mark. Now, it's crystal clear. Bo Nix is the guy. Veteran lineman Mike McGlinchey even said it. This is Bo's team. The hope is that Denver rolls with just 2 QBs, Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham, which frees up a roster spot elsewhere. It's a calculated move, but with a clear-cut starter, it's the smart one. Running back. Here's where things get spicy. Denver recently hosted J.K. Dobbins for a facility visit. Dinner with the RB coach, a full tour, the works. It's a bold move that could shake up the entire backfield. Last year, the Broncos carried 4 running backs, and not a single one cracked 100 yards in a game. That had to change. Enter R.J. Harvey, one of the most exciting prospects from arguably the deepest running back class in NFL draft history. He's a lock. So is Audric Esteem. And yes, Jaleel McLaughlin, explosive, elusive, electric, is too good to let go. Then there's Tyler Beatty. Coach Payton publicly praised his pass protection, and when healthy, he was activated for a playoff game against Buffalo. He averaged over 7 yards a carry in college. He has a real shot to stick. If Dobbins signs, McLaughlin might be the one in danger. That's the kind of tough decision this staff will have to make. For now, let's project 4 running backs making the cut. Harvey, Esteem, McLaughlin, and Beatty, with Blake Watson likely the odd man out. Fullback. Last season, Michael Burton was a quiet but steady presence in the backfield. Payton played the roster game with him, cutting him before the 53-man deadline, then elevating him on game days. It's a strategic gamble, but one that worked. Expect the same approach. Burton might not make the initial 53, but he'll likely suit up on Sundays regardless. Let's be real. Some of these roster decisions aren't just strategic, they're emotional. Veterans like fullback Michael Burton have given everything to this league. He may not make the initial 53-man roster, but there's a good chance the Broncos stash him on the practice squad and elevate him on game days, just like they did last season. It's a calculated move to buy roster flexibility. But there's also the human side. For a guy like Burton, a seasoned pro with a family, getting cut, even temporarily, doesn't feel right. So you know what? Let's give the man his due. Burton deserves a spot on the final roster. And knowing how much Sean Payton values what he brings, he just might get it. Now here's where things really get tricky. The wide receiver room. Last year, the Broncos carried 6 wideouts. Let's stick with that number again. But buckle up, because even at 6, some seriously talented names are going to be left out. First up, Courtland Sutton and Marvin Mims, absolute locks. Sutton remains the alpha, and Mims is the dynamic playmaker this offense needs. Devon Vale, he's a rising star. Coming out of Utah, he was older but highly productive, until a rib injury slowed him down. If he'd stayed healthy, he might have rivaled some of this year's top rookie receivers. He's got the tools. He's in. Troy Franklin, another lock. Bo Nix's go-to target at Oregon, already making explosive plays in OTAs. That chemistry matters, and it's translating on the field. Pat Bryant. After the draft, Payton himself compared him to Michael Thomas. You don't ignore a comparison like that. Lock him in. That's 5 names already, and there's only 1 spot left. Now here's the dilemma. Trent Sherfield is a special teams beast. He plays gunner, brings toughness, and could win a job on that alone. But then there's Watkins Davis, a physical freak. He's 6 feet 6 inches, ran a 4.4 40-yard dash, and he's been turning heads all off-season. Raw? Sure, but the upside is off the charts. If you want to build for the future, Davis might be the better bet. There are other names in the mix too. a T. Perry, a Peyton favorite from New Orleans, Jordan Newton, and Michael Bandy, with Bandy being a slippery slot receiver who once flashed for the Chargers. But let's be honest, Evan Engram is likely to take most of those slot snaps anyway. So who claims that sixth spot? Give me Watkins Davis. The size, the speed, the ceiling. It's too tempting to pass on. Tight end. Last season, Denver kept 4 tight ends. Expect the same again. Evan Engram is the top dog. He'll operate more like a slot receiver, even if he's listed as a TE. Adam Troutman brings the grit, Denver's best blocking tight end and a trusted Peyton guy. Cole Fotheringham, corrected from Cale Bloner, was a late-round flyer, but highly sought after. The Patriots and Colts both wanted him. Denver got him. That says something. And then there's the final battle, Nate Adkins versus Lucas Krull. Peyton has raved about Krull's potential, but Adkins brings value as a do-it-all guy with toughness and versatility. That last spot might come down to special teams impact. Now back to the tight ends. We've got a tough call between Nate Adkins and Lucas Krull. Adkins offers more versatility. He can line up at fullback, which adds value. But Krull has that high ceiling potential we haven't fully seen yet. And honestly, I've got a soft spot for him. His tape was the first video on this channel to crack 1,000 views, and I completely lost my mind. So give me Lucas Krull. But let's be clear, if Denver cuts Nate Adkins, some other team is going to scoop him up immediately. This is exactly where the pain of trimming the roster begins. We're now at 17 of 53 spots filled, and things are about to get even more competitive because the strength of this team might be the offensive line. Offensive tackle. Garrett Bowles and Mike McGlinchey are locks, your 2 bookends. Frank Crum has been showing up big, not just on the field, but also off it. Hanging with Bo Nix at Nuggets and Avs games, that matters. His RAS, relative athletic score, was elite. Pay attention. We've also heard Alex Palczewski's name a lot. He's a swing tackle option, and so is Matt Pert, but we can't keep everyone. Let's go with 3 tackles, Bowles, McGlinchey, and Crum. Guards, Quinn Miners and Ben Powers, both starters, both absolute monsters. Easy choices. Center, Luke Wattenberg is in. Alex Forsyth, he's remembered for the blocked field goal that cost us, but Sean Payton tried to shoulder the blame. Still, it happened on Forsyth's watch. That may come back to haunt him. Now here's the twist. We've got 2 undrafted interior linemen from the SEC, Clay Webb and Xavier Truss. Both played at Georgia, both have upside. Give me Clay Webb. He's been cleared of any legal concerns, he's battle-tested, and he's hungry. That puts us at 9 offensive linemen, a good number for versatility and rotation. You know what? One more name, Garnett Hollis Jr. He's been around Bo Nix a ton too. Sometimes chemistry matters more than pedigree. Let's add him as well. That brings our roster total to 24 of 53. This offense, looking dangerous. Now, the defense. And this is where it really starts to hurt. We are absolutely going to cut defenders who end up starting for other teams. The depth here is just that real. Defensive line, edge, and interior. Let's break it up. Interior, 3 to 4 defensive ends, 5 techs. Zach Allen locked in. John Franklin Myers, massive addition. Savell Smalls, corrected from Savin Jones. The rookie's got juice, he's staying. Enyi Uwazurike, yes, he was suspended for the gambling thing, but he's back and still freakishly gifted. He makes it. Interior, NT/DT types. DJ Jones, automatic. Malcolm Roach, elite run defender. Jordan Jackson made the team last year and showed enough to stick. That's 7 defensive linemen, a deep, tough group. Outside linebackers/edge, Jonathan Cooper, our tone setter off the edge. Nick Bonito, explosive off the line, still growing. Jonah Ellis, this rookie is going to pop, I'm calling it now. Dondre Tillman, Peyton likes him. Quinn Q. Robinson, this dude is everywhere. He's in. That's 5 edge rushers, the same number as last year. And yes, we like Johnny Walker, but he's going to be the first guy cut if we need space. Fringe player, bubble guy, but he'll be on someone's practice squad immediately. Inside linebacker, we're just getting started here. The upgrades at ILB this offseason have been massive, and the battle's only heating up. Let's wrap this up with the inside linebackers. Last year, Dre Greenlaw wasn't even on this roster, and now he's one of the first names locked in. He makes the team, no question. Drew Sanders, lock. He's shown enough flashes to be a core part of this group. And Justin Starned sticks because of his special teams ability. He's carved out a very real role. But now it hurts. Lavelle Bailey, after that preseason interception, after Sean Payton called him not once but twice to convince him to come to Denver, and still, he's probably the odd man out. That stings. Cornerback room deepest in years. This might be one of the strongest cornerback groups in the entire league. In fact, it's so deep that you could see the Broncos trading one just to get value before cut day. Patrick Surtain II, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, obviously makes the team. Riley Moss, Sean Payton is high on him. Jaquan McMillian, sticky coverage, makes the cut for now. Jaden Barron, the rookie, is electric. Lock. Chris Abrams-Drain, I love his tape. He's in. That's 5 corners, which leaves out Damari Mathis, who's had flashes in past seasons but just gets squeezed out in this math. It's brutal. You could see a world where Denver trades McMillian, especially since this is a contract year. It all depends on how Barron performs in camp. And don't forget about Quentin Newsome, a special team standout who may sneak in if they prioritize kick coverage. But as of now, he's just outside the bubble. Safeties, 4. This group is set up to be fast, physical, and smart. PJ Locke, locker room favorite and a baller. J.L. Skinner, raw but rangy. Brandon Jones, reliable depth. And then the tough call, Sam Franklin gets the nod. He's been a special teams ace in Carolina, and that matters in this final spot. So yes, cutting Delaren Turner-Yell is painful. Same with Skinner if he doesn't make it. Either of those guys would get picked up in 24 hours. Special teams, kicker, Will Lutz, no surprises. Punter, Jeremy Crenshaw, upgrade incoming. Long snapper, Mitch Fraboni, expected to be healthy and ready. Final math check. We're one player over the 53-man limit. That means one more cut, and this is where things get even harder. We go back to Michael Burton, the vet fullback. I hate to do this, but he's the cleanest solution. Here's the plan. We move Burton to the practice squad. He doesn't get picked up. He comes back as soon as there's an injury, maybe even as early as week 2, and he'll be part of this team all season, just not on day 1. Final thoughts. That's it. Your Denver Broncos 53-man roster projection, and it hurt to make. We're talking about cutting guys who will start for other NFL teams. That's how deep this roster is right now, and that's how much this team has improved. Let me know, where did I get it right? Where am I dead wrong? OTAs start tomorrow. Real football's back. Let's ride.